Mic check. Okay. All right. So I think you guys can hear me. If I got anybody who joined, if I could find out if you can hear me, that would be awesome. Um, so I'm looking over at the screen. I'm not even sure that I can see chat. Yeah, so I don't normally stream, usually just record. So this is something different that I'm trying. Uh, Looks like I got something that says that I've had three viewers. Let's see if I can pull it up on my iPad here, because before I spend a lot of time, before I spend a lot of time streaming this, I want to make sure that the volume is coming through. Let's see. So let's go to YouTube. YouTube. Okay. And why am I not signed in at YouTube on my iPad? It just, the way things work, right? All right, use save password. So let's see if this works. Shucks, that didn't work. So password from google.com. And let's see if that works. I can't log in on my laptop. Let's see if I can log in on my cell phone. It's hard to pick up the cell phone without checking your email. Show images. Okay. Says I'm live. And mic check. Okay, so yeah, I can't hear myself. So I'm gonna turn that down. Okay, so guys, welcome. Frank here, your virtual aviation aviator, and I am in the Piper era by Just Flight, and I am going to do a flight over the Rockies. It never fails that my phone would ring. And let me do, I'll call you back on that. Yeah, so yeah, and I'm doing it in real time. I don't want to fly at night, and you can see the sun setting. So I am going to back up the time a little. That is something that I can do in the sim. That can you imagine being able to do that in real life? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I guess if we could do that in real life, for some of us it would never be night. For some of us it would always be night. Anyway, yeah. So let's get this flight on the go. Okay, so I've already downloaded I've already created a flight plan, and let's get these ground elements off so that we won't have anything holding us back. And let's get this gap back. Let's see, yeah, there we go. And then let's go to weight and balance. I am going to have 2 passengers, so that's 175 and 175 on the left. Let's see, and I guess we'll put that second passenger here, and 175 works. Okay. So yeah, and what is this? Oh, this right here says half, and I kept looking at it and saying hair, full and hair, because from zoomed out, it looks like hair, HAIR, but that's not what it is. Okay, and I need to look at my flight plan to see to see how much fuel I need for this flight. Now, I got a block fuel of 260 gallons, and I'm sorry, 260 pounds, and that includes 15 minutes of extra flight time. So let's see. So I want to get that fuel in, and the question is, how do I set this fuel level to what I want? I can do half, right? If I do half a tank, that's 216. It's not quite enough. Okay, I think see how to do it. So 260 is should be 130 in each tank. All right, so I thought maybe I can grab this and manipulate it, but maybe I can't. All right, so this is the just flight weight and balance. And yeah, I don't see a way to do what I want to do with that. Oh, wait a minute, hold it. Okay, there we go. There we go. 130, 130. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then that gives us 260 on the fuel. 3 passengers at 175. So passengers come up to 350 pounds. 175 times 2 is 225. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. And we get a CG of 112 inches in case I wanted to actually do the weight and balance CG manually, which I don't want to do. Got 50 pounds worth of bags. That's not, okay, in my flight plan, that's reflected as 110 pounds. So let's get that set. All right, and I can actually change weights here. Yeah, so let's have a couple of passengers lose weight. And 160 is closer to my real weight than 175. Okay. All right, good stuff. All right, so we got our weight and balance. And yeah, so let's invite our co-pilot Shirley aboard. Give me a minute to phone Shirley. And why did I hit sim brief? Okay. Try this again. Fly Shirley. There we go. And log in. Why am I logged out? I just had Shirley up earlier. Okay, and I am in the Piper PA, which is a single engine complex piston powered aircraft. Okay, and let's start Shirley up.
Your attention, please. Airplane teammate is up. Mic check when ready.
Hey, Shirley, Frank here. Actually, my name is Frank.
Shirley back in the complex single, ready to assist. And don't call me Frank, but nice to meet you.
Okay. If you don't want me to call you Frank, what do you want to be called?
Just Shirley will do nicely. And Shirley must know that's my name. I'm not joking. And don't call me Frank. Now, how can I help you with today's flight?
Yeah, so I might just call you late for dinner. How would you like those apples?
Ha! Fashionably late, maybe? It's only 041Z. But I like your style. At least you didn't call me Frank again. What's our mission today, Captain?
Yeah, so my name is Frank.
Roger that, Frank. And here I was trying to be funny with my airplane movie references. Let's start fresh.
Okay. I'm the pilot in command. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna have you fly the airplane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so let's get the aircraft started. I am in the Piper Era 4, and I am at Centennial, a airport that you recommended once, and I actually like this airport, so I'm gonna start off there, and we're gonna make a flight to Durango, and and looks like we'll be going over some pretty high mountains. So give me a minute and let me get the aircraft started, okay?
Roger, that's Frank. Standing by at Centennial Kappa while you get the arrow fired up. Let me know when you're ready for the high country flight to Durango.
I will let you know.
Standing by at Centennial. Let me know when you're ready for your mountain flying adventure.
Clear prop.
Prop check, Roger. I see we're on the ramp at Centennial, ready to copy your request when you're set.
Okay, looks like we got a good start. All right, so the next thing that I need to do is go ahead and set up the I need to go ahead and set up. Let me just check something. You know, I can't see if I've got any comments, and if I see that I have, it says 3 people are watching. Of course, one of them would be me. But I generally record, and I'm trying to figure out how to do the streaming. I keep having these false keep having these false starts on streaming, so this is kind of an experimental stream, but it's going to be real also. Comments. If any of you guys hear me, drop a comment in there. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing them. Control panel, and turn on select stream. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just not sure how to turn on the comments. Hate to spend so much time doing housekeeping work. And this is what I call housekeeping. If I could figure out how to do a comment on my cell phone, well, I'm gonna assume that one of you guys have sent me a comment, and I don't see it. Is it possible that I just have comments turned off? I don't know. So I don't know. So I tell you what, guys, give me just a second. I'm gonna go grab my laptop. Be right back. Okay, so I got the laptop and go here and bring up YouTube. Okay, YouTube. And needless to say, my stream wouldn't show up. And let's see, let me just search for it. Let's see, what is the name of this stream? The Piper Era. AI and Shirley.
Standing by while you handle your streaming setup, Frank? Just say Shirley when you're ready to continue our flight plan to Durango.
Okay, hey Jeff, I see the comments on my laptop. You hear me? Hey Robert and Travis. All right, guys, I appreciate your patience, and I really do. I keep having these false starts on streaming where I would start to get a stream set up and invariably something would happen to my computer or something that would keep me from streaming. Okay. I thought I heard something.
Yes.
And I'm getting an echo from the laptop, so let me see if I can mute that. Okay, yeah, Shirley, go into assistant mode, please.
Assistant mode toggle. I'll stay quiet until you call for me. Ready when you are for that mountain flight to Durango.
Okay, so assistant mode should keep Shirley. If I say the name, then that takes my AI Copilot out of assistant mode, wakes it up. So I don't want to say that name. All right, so yeah, we're in the Piper era, and I tell them it was 691 9 Romeo. All right, so let's get this flight started. I actually do have the GTN by TDS, and I had a chance to play around with it some, and I think it's incredible. I really do. I have used the GTN from
System test okay.
Is that loud or what? From reality. Yeah, I have used the GTN from reality. What is it? Real art. Reality something, and it is not nearly as capable as this one. Of course, it's a lot cheaper. It's about half the price, but with this one, I am able to use flight plans from. Well, I'm able to use Navigraph. I don't know if I figured out how to import flight plans or not. I don't think I have. So let's go ahead and look at our operational flight plan. Let's see. So I want to go to home page. All right, and let's go to system.
I'll stay muted until you say my name. You're in good shape at Centennial. The brakes set, gear down, and ready for your flight plan to Durango.
Okay. So my AI Copilot somehow or another jumped out of assistant mode, but no worries. I was able to fix that right up. And let's go to the, there we go. Go here, and let's turn down the volume. That was quite loud when we got our tall systems test. Okay, system status. So March, yeah, expires March 25th, 25. So that is definitely my Navigraph database. Happy about that. And I'm not gonna worry about the backlight. Not gonna go through the setup. If you guys let me know if you ever decide, excuse me, that you want to see the features of this GTN, I can go through each window or each pane here and see what it says and how it works. Just let me know. All right. So we were in system, and I'm not gonna worry about alerts, page shortcuts. Okay, I'm happy with assistant with system. Let's go to this guy, and I'm not gonna be doing any VNav. This flight is gonna be strictly VFR. Why am I having trouble calling names? VFR, and I want to think vertical flight, visual flight rules. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be this flight. Fuel planning. Let's get the fuel from our actual actual airplane, and let's use the sensors on the airplane to figure out what our fuel flow is and all that good stuff. All right. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I need on that. Actually, a flight timer to let me know to change fuel tanks every 15 minutes would be pretty good. Now, I set that up once on the Reality GTN, and lo and behold, I couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So I'm going to skip that for right now. All right, so let's get in our flight plan so we can see our map. So I am going to bring over this guy, and all right, so yeah, our plan today is to depart runway 35 left on the Pikes Peak departure. Of course, we can fly the Pikes Peak departure and do a VFR. We're gonna do a VFR departure, but fly an IFR, instrument flight rules, IFR departure. We'll go to Bink and then direct to Durango. Okay, so that's our plan. And that looks like this on the map. I'll tell you what, let's do it this way route. So this is the way it's gonna look on the map. All right. Summary, and then I'm happy with that. So let's get that back out of our way and put in our waypoint, and our first waypoint is going to be Bink. KE, there it is. And our last waypoint is going to be Durango. we got a departure. I mean, we got a, what am I trying to say? That's the wrong page. Let's see. We've got a procedure that we're gonna put in our wrong button, in our GPS, but we're not. But again, this is going to be IFR. We're going to fly the Pikes 2, and we're going to depart 35 left. So let's get 35 left. There we go. And then Bink again is our what am I trying to say? So forgive me if I sound wishy-washy, but trying to do this, trying to think, stay abreast of what I want to do, and keep talking can be a little bit challenging if you're not used to it. Okay, so I don't want, I leave the vectors in. Okay, so let's look at the map on this guy. Whoops. And let's see what that looks like. So it looks like we're going to depart to the south here with 35. Let's see, it looks like we're going to depart to the south and come around. I can't really tell what is my plan. Let's see, maybe I can clean some stuff up here. And let's turn some stuff off for the moment. Back. And I'm not sure. I am not sure. I am not doing a very good job. I don't want these vectors here after all this, so I do want to remove them. Now let's look at our map. Why am I not seeing my plan? I am seeing my plan. It was tracking, it was doing track up. And I know I was seeing this white line, and that looked like it's going to the north. And my apologies for that. Anyway, so this is my plan. Okay, good stuff. All right. So, this is a really powerful avionics system once you learn to use it. Okay, Shirley, can you give me the weather for the airport that I'm at Centennial?
Centennial weather. Wind 290 at 8 knots. Visibility 10 statute miles. Few clouds at 10,000. Scattered at 15,000. Broken at 22,000. Temperature 14 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 30.04.
30.04. Altimeter looks fine.
Roger that. Temperature and pressure are good for your mountain flight. Let me know when you're ready for takeoff, and I'll stay quiet until you call my name.
Okay. All right. So looks like I've got good temperatures, and winds were 280. So I'm departing 328. So that's not too bad. Shirley, what did you say the winds were again? 280 at what? Shirley, did you hear me? What did you say the winds are? Shirley, what did you say the winds are at Centennial?
Wind 290 at 8 knots at Centennial. Good crosswind component for runway 35 left.
Okay, so 8 knots, that's not too bad. That's certainly, yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, so let's get ready to taxi.
Standing by while you configure for takeoff. Looking good with brakes set and gear down.
Okay, let's see what you got control over, Shirley. Since this is a payware aircraft with, I don't think you're gonna have control over the autopilot, so I wouldn't expect you, but to be able to do anything with that. Let me get the alternator on. Can you turn on the landing light?
Landing light on. Let me know what else you need.
And can you turn off the landing light? Turn on and off the pitot heat. I turn the pitot heat off and then back on.
Landing light on.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, and this aircraft does not yet. I think it does have a beacon that I should have turned on before I started the engine. Can you turn the beacon light on?
I don't see a direct control for the beacon light in my available functions. Just landing, taxi, navigation, and strobe lights.
No worries, I've got it on. Yeah. Okay, so while we're sitting here and burning fuel, let's go ahead and get our taxi started. And I am going to have you make my calls. I will manage the radios, the frequencies. Well, I don't know. I might as well let you do as much as you can. So can you put in the ground frequency for Centennial and let them know that we are at the FBO and we are ready to taxi. Actually, let me give you better information. So what I want to do, I think, is go to flight plan and go to the top of this.
I can help set radio frequencies, but I can't make actual radio calls. That would need to be you as PIC. The ground frequency at Centennial, KAPA, is 121.85. Would you
Yeah.
like me to do that?
Yeah, go ahead and tune that in for me. And I've had you make radio calls before, because we're not using any real world ATC.
Ground frequency, 1.18 I set in COM 1 standby. Would you like me to swap it to active?
Yes. And let's do this. If I say tune something to active, then go ahead and make it active. Or if I say tune to standby, then to just put it in standby. If I don't indicate active, just put it in standby.
Roger that. Clear protocol. Swapping COM 1 to 121.85 active now.
And put the tower frequency in standby.
Setting Centennial Tower 118.9 and COM 1 standby.
Perfect. Okay. And yeah. You sure you can't make that call for me? Centennial ground We are Piper 6919 Romeo.
Centennial ground, Piper 6919. Romeo at the FBO, VFR to Durango. Ready to taxi with information. Request taxi to runway 35 left.
So they will have us taxi to runway 35 left.
Centennial ground clears Piper 919 Romeo. Taxi to runway 35 left via Alpha. Hold short runway 35 right.
Okay. And I might even need you to give me a progressive. I'll let you know if I do. All right, let's turn the lights. Let's release the parking brake. And we've got our taxi light on. Well, it doesn't really have a taxi light, so we'll use our landing light for taxi.
Want me to switch the landing light on for taxi?
Yes.
Landing light on for taxi. You're rolling now at 2 knots heading south on the road, ma'am. Let me know if you need progressive taxi instructions.
Okay, so I think I can see it on my chart. I did pull up a chart.
Roger, you're heading south. Monitoring your taxi. Heading about 220, rolling at 3 knots. Let me know if you need any assistance.
Okay, and you can not give me telemetry unless I specifically ask for it, okay?
Roger that. Won't mention numbers unless you ask. Ready to help with whatever you need.
Yeah, you've been really helpful so far, which is why I use you.
Appreciate that, Frank. Just monitoring your taxi. You got this.
Okay, so we're across 35 right at Alpha 16.
Roger that. Clear to cross 35 right. Continue on Alpha to 35 left.
Don't have parking brakes on. So why am I having so much trouble getting up this hill?
Check your throttle setting. Looks like it's only at 30%. You might need a bit more power to get up this incline at Centennial.
Obviously.
You might want to lean for taxi at this altitude. We're at nearly 6,000 feet MSL at Centennial. That can help with taxi power.
Yeah, that's a good call there. Okay, now I've got some AI traffic that's taking up some of the runway. So we're gonna have to go through this guy, but something's not right here because I shouldn't have to put in that much power. I shouldn't have to.
Your throttle's at 30% and mixture at 60%.
sorry, sometimes the AI will break the immersion because they won't get out of the way, and on a, yeah. So having to go through another plane is, you know, I could have got on the grass to go around them. Now I was just at Alpha 15. Now I'm at Alpha 14.
Roger, you're approaching the whole shoreline 35 left. Let me know when ready to switch to tower frequency.
Yeah, I am not feeling how much power it's taken.
For Centennial's elevation, your mixture at 60% might be too lean for effective taxi power. Try richening it up about 75 to 80%. That should help with the power response without having to push the throttle so hard.
Now, say that again. Try doing what, Shirley?
At Centennial's 5865 feet elevation, try bringing your mixture up from 60% to around 75 to 80% rich. That should improve taxi power response without needing excessive throttle.
My, yeah.
Looking at your mixture at 60%, richening it up would help with taxi power at this elevation. Want me to help adjust it?
Can you? Yeah, if you can, adjust it, please.
I apologize, but I don't actually have direct control over the mixer lever in the aircraft.
I didn't think you did.
I see your mixer is actually at 78% now. That's actually a good setting for this elevation. Something else must be causing this sluggish taxi performance. Could be the slope or brake drag.
It's like the brakes are dragging or something.
I see the issue. Your parking brakes are still set. Let me release those for you. That should help with the sluggish taxi performance.
Actually, I don't think my parking brakes were set. If they were, then I would have had to use a lot more power to get moving.
You're right. Looking at the data, brakes are off, and you're moving at 8 knots ground speed. Must be something else causing the drag. Let me know if you want to troubleshoot further, or if you're ready to switch to tower.
Well, in real life, guys, this would be a no-go.
Agreed. The throttle versus ground speed response isn't normal. In a real era, this sluggish taxi performance would warrant returning to the ramp to check the brakes and undercarriage. Want to try a quick shutdown and restart to reset the systems?
I don't think that's really gonna help. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take off and see what happens after I take off. Okay, so we are approaching runway 35 left. I am gonna stop, make that switch on the frequency. Yeah, I was trying to swap it myself. Okay, I just swapped it, and can you go ahead and make the call that we are taking 35 left for departure to the south?
Centennial Tower, Piper 6919, Romeo holding short runway 35 left, ready for takeoff, departing to the south.
All right, let's do it.
Centennial Tower clears Piper 919. Romeo runway 35 left, clear for takeoff, maintain runway
pattern is what, 78? All right. Clear for takeoff. All right, fly the plane, fly the plane. 50, 60, yeah, I'm getting pretty decent acceleration here. Feel that crosswind. All right, trim that nose up a little bit.
Gear up when you're ready. Positive brake confirmed.
Yup. So I think Centennial is one of the suburbs of Denver.
Roger that. Centennial's in southern Denver metro area. You're climbing through 6,300 feet now. Looking good on runway heading.
Now we've got 10,000 to go to get the pattern. Now pattern is 16.5. Well, our cruise is 16.5. Actually, we can stay probably to let's see. Let me turn the map on. We can probably stay down.
Monitor your climb past 6,800. Let me know if you want to discuss your route south with the mountains.
Yeah, I am going to fly. I should have a departure here. Oh, shoot. I'm on the map.
Roger, you're heading north. To proceed south toward Durango, put us on our left turn to reverse course.
Okay.
Let me know if you want to start.
Okay, so rather than giving me navigation aid, Shirley, I am going to use the flight plan that I have set up already. So I do have a flight plan set up.
Roger that. You got your GPS route program. I'll stay quiet and let you navigate your flight plan. Just let me know if you need anything.
Roger that, I will. I can get rid of this tablet in my windscreen that's taking up space. At least I thought I could. All right, try it again.
I'll stay quiet while you work your flight plan. Your engine's performing well now compared to the taxi. Mixture and power settings look good for the climb.
Yeah, I'm holding this right rudder. In fact, you can probably make sure my flaps are out, which they are. And
You're establishing the climb.
yeah, I can get the RPMs out of the red here, so I'm gonna pull it back on power. Well, pull that. Let's see. I think I like 23 and 35 on the. See, I think I like 2,300 RPMs and about 35 on the manifold pressure. Okay, so well, actually, that's what I like for cruise. Let me turn off this overboost.
I'll stay quiet while you manage your power settings. But your current 21.8 RPM and 36 mpg look good for the climb. Let me know if you need anything.
I will let you know if I need anything.
Roger that. Just monitor your climb.
guys look at this. So my flight plans say go south, right? Okay. I thought I had lined my whiskey compass with my heading indicator, and apparently it's not aligned. So let me do a 180 here because I am going the wrong way.
Attention all aircraft. Altitude 3008.
Okay, at least we got an altimeter reading. So I need to change it from 3004 to 3008. All right, that's done. All right, we're at 10,000. East is odd, and I think we are headed to the west, so we need an even number. So we'll climb up to 12. Well, we'll level off at 10.5. And when we get closer to those mountains, then we'll climb up as needed. The top altitude should be 16.5 once we get to that point. So yeah. Okay, we can get these lights out, can't we? Shirley, can you configure the lights for cruise?
Configuring lights for cruise lights. Turning off landing and taxi lights. Keeping nav strobes on.
All right. Now, I am going to attempt to set up my autopilot and see if it'll fly the autopilot. So my next waypoint should be solar. And
I'll stay muted in assistant mode while you configure your autopilot solo waypoint. You're currently heading to 19, climbing 10400 SL and 122 keys. Just say my name if you need anything.
I will say your name if I need anything. And let me just check in with chat. Can you guys hear me okay? I know that you could when I was on the ground, but now that I'm in the air with the engines running, I'm wondering if I'm still 5x5.
I'll stay quiet in assistant mode while you check your screen use. You're established a good climb on course to Seoul.
Okay, at 10.5 and holding. All right, so my autopilot set for GPS. So let's engage it. Set the this guy to nav and engage the autopilot. And let's see if it's gonna track like it's gonna track our magenta line perfectly. Good stuff. Okay, now, and there's a cheat here for the autopilot. If I click right here, it'll hold an altitude. So I am going to click. And it should hold my 10.5. And I don't want this popping up. Hey Todd, sorry I didn't see your message before. But yeah, it's good. It's good to hear from you. You and Jeff are two of my favorite people. And it's always great to hear from you guys. So I got a keyboard, a wireless keyboard that's in my lap because I don't have any place on my desk to put it, and it keeps sliding down. I should get some grips on the back of it. Actually, if I pop these feet out, maybe that'll help it keep it from sliding. So yeah, I am tracking the route nicely. So if you guys have any questions about this GTN XI avionics suite from TDS, the Garmin 750, then let me know. If since I'm in cruise now, then if there's anything you want to see, I'd be happy to share with you. If you have any questions about my AI Copilot, then let me know. Incidentally, regarding the AI Copilot, you can get a free 7-day subscription to it to see if it's something that you like. And even if you don't get the subscription, if you want to hang out in the Discord channel at Fly Shirley, I think it's Fly Shirley. If you actually, I can put a link in the comments after the stream that will send you straight to Discord.
I'll stay quiet in assistant mode while you chat with your viewers. You're maintaining 10,500 feet on course to Seoul with autopilot engaged. Just say my name if needed.
Sometimes my AI Copilot just it's always itching to give me telemetry information to keep me abreast of where I'm at in this flight, which is not really a bad thing. I just don't need it every 2 or 3 minutes. Maybe every 10, 15 minutes if he's willing to hold until then. And incidentally, one thing about this AI Copilot system is that even as I talk to you guys, it's listening in, because theoretically, he's sitting right beside me, theoretically. And so, yeah, he's on the same frequency frequency that I'm on. I am going to mute the engine sounds by putting on my virtual headset, which I should have put on before I took off, but I fly so many airplanes that I don't fly any of them perfectly. Okay, so looks like my fuel is starting to become imbalanced. So let me change fuel tanks. And this is something that I can really use the Copilot system to help me. Okay, so my fuel pump is on. Let me switch to the right tank. And now I'm gonna turn the fuel pump off. Okay. Would you remind me to change fuel tanks roughly every 15 or 16 minutes, Shirley?
Roger. I'll remind you to switch tanks every 15 minutes. Starting time now.
Can you remind me to switch those fuel tanks even if you're in assistant mode?
Yes. I'll remind you to switch tanks every 15 minutes, even in assistant mode. Timer is running. 9 seconds in so far. I'll stay quiet now unless it's time to switch tanks or you call my name.
So I've got a light that says my auxiliary fuel is on. So it looks like when I tried to turn the fuel off, I hit it. I went too far. That's auxiliary fuel, and let's see, that's low. No, that's off. That's auxiliary, and that's off. It's a three-way switch. It's a rocker switch, three ways, and okay, that's auxiliary, which is high. That's off, and I should be to go up one to low. Having trouble going up. Okay, so that's low, that's off, and that's high. All right, so that's off. Okay, it's hard to know when I'm actually in the low. Off. Okay, so terrain is coming to meet me, so let's climb up. And this aircraft does not have any vertical. So let me turn the cheat off. And okay, so it's my airplane. Now, if I'm going up to 16.5, that means I have to have some oxygen. So I was thinking there was some oxygen on board somewhere.
Attention aircraft, altitude 3005.
Okay, look like the altimeter is dancing all over the place today in this. Okay, so thought that's looking for oxygen, and I want to climb. trim wheel between the seat is really sensitive. So I want to trim that nose just on the horizon. And that should give me a decent climb rate for this aircraft. Okay. Now, what are we going to do about oxygen? Let me pull up the tablet and let's see if there is any solutions. I'm looking for that click spot. There it is. All right, there's the tablet. And let's look here. Aircraft options. I don't see any options there. Nothing in weight and balance. Engine config. Nothing in engine config. Didn't expect to find anything. Nothing. It's going to be in static liveries. Let's look in the configuration. Engine's running, auto fuel switching is off. Logbook checklist, ground handling, dynamic liveries, flight computer, and Avitab. Avitab, cool. Load and nav data. There we go. Yep. Didn't remember the Avitab setting from yeah. All right, so this is what we're gonna do for oxygen, guys. We're gonna cheat. Close every tab. Home. And how do I get back to the tablet? Good question. I don't actually know. There we go. All right, let's look it out, make sure we're staying on course. We need to turn to the right here. Now, when I was flying, what I learned is what I want to do is since I'm flying VFR, is find something off my nose to fly to and fly to it. Okay, so I said we was gonna. All right, so we're gonna fly. We're going to keep this point right here, roughly this far off our nose, or we can fly to this, well, actually, I am going to have to I'm flying to the right now, and I'm actually going to have to make a turn to the left. So yeah, let's just try to keep an eye on our path. All right. Now, back to that cheat for oxygen. What I'm going to do is go into settings, general, and I am going to turn off simulate blackout, redouts, and hypoxia effects. So that's my cheat to simulate having oxygen. Because at least that way, as I climb up, I am not going to black out. Technically, what I would have is, at this point, I would need to don an oxygen mask. So for all intents and purposes, I've got an oxygen mask donned with that setting. All right. climb going. And looks like our climb is about 80. All right, let's look at our EGT and make sure that our mixture is okay. So I'm gonna push this mixture forward, and EGT is going down. Now I'm gonna pull it back until I reach the peak. Okay, it's still coming up. Okay, so right here it drops. So if I want to go rich a peak, then I keep pulling it back until it drops. If I want to go lean a peak, then I can push it forward until it drops. And I only want to drop maybe one of these notches, one of these, I don't know what they're called, but this is what I'm looking at. And let me see if I can zoom in. What I can do is set my indicator to rich to what I want at this point in this flight. Oh, shucks. Oh man, I'm turning way off track here. Okay, I'm at 14,000. So we can level off at 14.5. On the chart, the chart said that the highest for this sector, the highest altitude, the lowest I want to fly is 15.5. And since I'm going west, which is an even number, that's how I came out with the 15.5. But right now, to level off at 14.5 looks good. So let's turn on course here. And keep our climb coming. And then we'll re-engage our autopilot. Okay, so we are almost close enough to course to go ahead and re-engage the autopilot. And once we get on course, then we'll re-engage we'll compute our peaks. So okay, so we are at cruise. And what I'm trying to do is find the right trim mark. I can actually get rid of this guy. There we go. I tell you, mountain flying, I am definitely feeling those winds. What we don't want to do is get into a downdraft that's going to push us down. Let's see. Guess I never did set my heading bug. thought I did. I really thought I did. I shouldn't have drifted. I should not have drifted that much. Okay. Okay, so I got the Hindenburg set. Okay. I wonder, has it been 15 minutes since we did our field check? Whether it has or not is not really germane. What I do see is that I still got a little bit more fuel in my right tank than I do in my left tank. So what I want to do, looks like I'm probably gonna fly on my right tank for another for at least another 15 minutes. Oh snap. I'm not watching my altitude because I am up to 15. So I might as well go ahead and climb up to 16.5 since I'm up this high. And being in these mountains, from what I understand in real life, you really want to be a couple thousand feet over the tops of the mountains anyway, so that you can keep really decent connections to ATC, because you don't want I'm using a line of sight technology, and I don't want to be so low that I would drop off the scopes of ATC, even though I'm not even using flight following. All right, so look at my airspeed. Looks like I'm getting a little bit slower than I want to get. I want to down to 78 knots indicated. And that's a testament of how thin the air has gotten up here. Okay, let's we're still at 20 and at 30 and 23 on the manifold pressure, so I'm happy with that. And let's reset the EGT. Okay, so this is peak right here. And since I'm climbing, I am going to go ahead and leave it on peak for a minute. Okay. So let me send a text to one of my aviation friends. Okay, and try to watch my altitude. I'm only climbing at about between 50 and 150. Why's my phone not doing what it should do? Okay, let's see what I got here. So as you can see, when it comes to streaming, excuse me. When it comes to streaming, I've got some work to do to me to be more dynamic. Maybe one day I get there. Okay. And I had my phone set up on the channel. Okay, maybe I can get it from here. Nope. What I'm trying to find is a share button. I tell you, I am not good at using this telephone for what I'm trying to use it for. All right, so I'm at cruise here. So let me come down and find my cheat. All right. So I think we're close enough to 16,005. Within 100 feet of it. All right. And let's see how we looking here. So phone is offline. So, do we have a turn coming up? So let's take a peek at our flight plan and see what it says. All right, looks like we're going to turn towards the Heave. Desired track is 197, and that's what we're pretty much what we're on now, so I don't see a turn. Okay. Now, it's no need to do the altitude stuff on this particular airplane because the autopilot wouldn't support it. The autopilot has actually the airplane has absolutely no VNAV functions. So what is this? What's this turn here? Okay, so that's if I lost an engine, I could actually glide to that particular airport. Oh man, this thing is so awesome. And the only way I can keep up with the chat is to keep my laptop up. So that's what I'm trying to do. Not really even sure what best glide is for this airplane. That's something I should know. So let's look up best glide. If we can find it. This is just flight. And this is the Piper error. Documentation. Manual. ODM. What is ODM? I'm not sure. Let's try the manual first. Okay, come over. There we go. All right. So systems, fuel system. Okay, those are systems, autopilot controls, normal procedures, airspeeds for safe operations. And let's see if that's got any information that would give us what our best glide is, best rate of climb, best angle. So best rate is VY and VX. So the maximum crosswind that I can take off is 17 knots. Okay, that's good to know. Shut down. Okay, stalls, emergency procedures, stall speeds, maneuvering, power off, engine failure. Okay, here we go. It should be up on the engine failure. Okay, at low altitude, airspeed 75 knots minimum. That necessarily means that's the best glide. If altitude permits, okay, if at low altitude, 75 knots minimum, and spin recovery credits. So I don't see any engine out at high altitudes. Of course, this plane is not made for for high altitude. So I think the 75 is our best glide. Power off trim, power off landing, trim for 97. Okay. Actually, it might be 97. Yeah, I think it's 97. Yeah. Yeah, 97 looks like it's going to be the best glide for this airplane. Trim for 97 knots. Okay. Now we know. If power is not restored, prepare for power off landing. Trim for 97 knots. Okay. So I'm going to take that to be best glide. Oh, let's see. The one reason I love watching the old live TV shows, it was the only one, the good, bad, or the indifferent. I tell you, that's right. All right, so we've learned a little bit about the aircraft that can help save our life if we need to glide to an airport. And I love that this GTN is giving me a glide path to the nearest airport. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm already at 16.5, and I think these are the mountains that I want to be at 16.5 to traverse. So yeah, we're looking good. Now, still sounds good. Clear voice. Thank you. The thing that I wanted to mention with mountain flying is if I get caught in a downdraft, then what I want to do is turn the air. Well, this is a mountain, and then you got air coming up the mountain, and then it comes down on the other side of the mountain. Okay, so the winds, according to, let's see if this gives us any idea what our wind directions are. But if I can determine what the wind directions is, then that can help me determine where I might encounter a downdraft. But let's say the winds are coming from the north, and here I am south. So if winds are coming from the north, then winds will hit this set of mountains first, travel up this side, and then come down the back side. So if I were to get caught in a downdraft on the back side of this mountain, then the way to get out of it would be to fly parallel to the mountains, not try to fight the downdraft, and not try to do a 180. So just that bit of information. Now, I don't think that X-Plane, I'm not sure how well they actually modeled the downdrafts. I sent Austin a note about downdrafts, and he said, hey, that sounds interesting. Maybe I get around to modeling that. Now, that's not quite how the conversation went, but I do think that he's aware of that, that we want to see more mountain stuff in the sim. So hopefully that will come. One thing about streaming, is depending on things, whatever I say could be a few seconds before you hear it, and then if you reply or type me a message, then I should see it pretty much immediately, I guess. I don't know. Um, but I'm thinking maybe I would get more into streaming than recording. Reason why is because when it comes to streaming, okay, I got a new airport that that's right outside my glide path. So there's a good chance I may not make it. Well, it's actually not quite outside my glide path, but still, there's a good chance I may not make it. And that's Charlie '08. Anyway, what was I saying before I so rudely interrupted myself? I was talking about glide paths or something. I don't know. Um, might be suffering from a little bit of that disease they call old timers. But in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm too young to be suffering from old time. Oh yeah, I was talking about the downdrafts and hopefully having it modeled in the sim at some point, if it's not already modeled. Now, I don't think it may be somewhere in the TDS version of the GTN that will tell me what the winds are. Let's try weather. And auto. Is weather actually initializing? I would be blown away if radar actually works. Let's let it initialize and see. But radar wouldn't give me my weather. Wow, looks like it is working. Maybe so. These would be some returns. I don't know. But I am blown away just to get this. Okay, so, oh yeah, does the sweep. Tells me how old the image is. Oh man, isn't that nice? And now the question, it looks like there may be some weather up around. See, this is my nose, and my nose, well, see, I'm not pointed directly to Durango yet. I think Durango is over here to my, on the right. Let's see. Let's look at our map. Oh, come on. Okay, so I am gonna turn here at Bink, and I'm gonna make a turn in 2 minutes to heading 187, because I think I'm tracking 197 now. No, I might be tracking, let's see, let me look at the flight plan. That might tell me more about, give me more information, the information that I'm actually looking for. Right, yeah, okay. So at Bing, I am going to turn to 187. So I won't be turning that hard. And that should point me directly towards Durango. Oh man, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You go, explain. Now that is gorgeous. That is just, that's almost picturesque. That's, look out and see stuff like that. Looks almost like a photo rather than a computer generated, like, well, like that, like what we were accustomed to seeing in X-Plane. Okay, let's see, 14 nautical miles to Bink. And we count those miles down pretty quick. Oh, less than a mile. Where did I get 14 from? Anyway, we'll start our turn now. Okay, that's gonna point us towards Durango. Let's look at the map. The other thing I like about this GTN is I could theoretically set up shortcuts so that I could, rather than having to click home and then flight plan, it does have a facility for shortcuts. I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so our turn is completed. Looks like we're crabbing a little bit, which is why I would love to be able to see the winds. Make sure that I'm not overlooking it. Let me go to menu and turn on some more. I should have terrain on as, all right, so let's go and turn some stuff on. And yeah, I should have terrain on. Okay, so possible severe weather ahead, and that's pretty consistent with what we saw on the weather radar. Let's see, and I didn't do an alternate. Don't have enough fuel to go back. So, yeah. And let me just, okay, that's somebody else that I have to call back. Okay. Now, where was I? Okay, so I wanted to go back to the weather radar. Go back to the weather radar. Radar. Okay, so the weather is gonna be off to my to 210. Um, Looks like we've got some weather pretty close by, but hopefully we can get to Durango without any. I don't think I'm gonna run into any weather on the way to Durango, given that our nose is pointed towards Durango. So I think we'll be all right. When does this thing does a tilt? Doesn't look like it does the tilt. Um, Weather. Um, and I never did find where I could get the. Let's see, that's ground. Yeah, I don't need ground. Go back to auto. Yeah, I never did find where I can get the winds, even if that's available. Let's see. Waypoint emergency traffic, terrain weather. Let's just take a look, peek at terrain. And yeah, so I wanted to show you, I mentioned shortcuts, and there it is, paid shortcuts. So I haven't played with this at all. Not slot 2, flight plan, not slot. So I think these are some shortcuts that's already set up, maybe. Let's see what this message is about. Possible weather ahead. Okay, got that. Let's see, so looks like I can change shortcuts to the pre-selected stuff. Yeah. So let's just hit off because I don't have Sirius radio. Nearest airport, not slot 9. Now, which begs the question, what is a knob slot? And what is a knob slot? I don't know. Restore default. Shoot, I don't want to restore defaults, but I guess I have to. Okay, let's turn this back off. Well, let's put it on flight plan. Well, no, we had one for flight plans. Put it on charts. And I have not tried to pull up a chart in this yet. Let's look at our map, see where we are. Flight plan. Okay, so we're in a high valley, looks like. And looks like we are going to cross another set of mountains. I don't think those mountains are that high. In fact, I might be able to see how. Okay, yeah. So I can actually touch. This is the Garmin Touch, and I can actually touch different areas on the screen and get information about that particular area. Like here, the mountains are 12,000 feet, 10,000, and looks like 11.8 is probably going to be the highest elevation I'm gonna have to contend with. So we can come on down to 12.5. And let's see, so let's come on down to 12.5. And I got to do that manually. So I'm gonna hit the trim, start dialing the trim down. That does not cause it. Okay. So, yeah, we're coming down now. I did a little faster than I'd like. And at this point, I've got the trim. Let's see if I can. Is the GTN an add-on or does it come with the plane? This is an add-on, Jeff. It comes. It's just been released, and quite frankly, it's kind of pricey. But it's got a lot of features. The Reality XP add-on. Let's see. Okay, I'm coming down at 700 feet. So I got a few seconds before I get down to 10.5. I mean, not 10.5, what I wanted, 14.5. Well, to make a long story short, or a short story shorter, the Reality XP GTN would run you roughly about $35, and it does everything. It does a lot of what this one does. This one, on the other hand, will run you. It's $68 euro, and at the time that I bought it with the exchange rate, it came up to like $76, I do believe. And I bought it with PayPal. So yeah, it's quite pricey. The airplane, the Just Flight Piper 3 that I bought at the beginning of the year. I bought the one for X-Plane 11, but when they came out with the version for X-Plane 12, they didn't offer any discounts for the previous owners, and I liked this airplane, so I bought it again. And I believe it was $45, $44.95. Let's see, Just Flight. Let's look it up. Just Flight Era. And when I look for it, invariably I see the one for Microsoft Flight Sim. All right, so I still got 1,000 feet before I can get there. So we're looking for Microsoft Flight Sim is $46, but we don't fly Microsoft Flight Sim. Flight simulators, Flight Sim add-ons, X-Plane. So I think it's gonna be the same price, to be honest with you. The Bondo is $68. This is it. The Arrow 3, nope. The Arrow 3-4, this is it here. And it's actually $43. So the airplane is $43. Drag that back over. All right, so we at 14,300. No, 15,300. And just a touch. All right. TDS X plane, GTN. So the GTN for X plane is $68.20 euro. Well, they're saying $68.20 with the exchange rate is going to be roughly about 64.95 euro, and with the exchange rate, it's going to be roughly about $68 at the time that I bought mine. I must have bought it during a turbo exchange rate, but I believe I saw the same information, 68 something. But for me, for this, well, my experience with the Reality XP version said that for me it was pretty much worth it. Okay, so yeah, this is I'm coming up on 14.5 now. And I would keep coming on down, except for I'm seeing some mountains ahead. I think this is KPSO up in here somewhere. Okay, level off here. Now, I mentioned you're welcome. I mentioned the Reality XP, and if you don't have Navigraph charts and you don't care about having updated charts and some of the extra stuff that it does, then this one could be a version Reality XP. GTN. So this is the first one that I bought way back in the way back in the X-Plane 11 days. And when let's see, right now it's $35, and I'm sure it's $35 because the TDS one just came out, and it's so much, it offers so much more. But this is not a bad one. I mean, you know, I used it a lot and really enjoyed it. Let's see, and it does all of the major stuff that you would expect that the GTN does. It's just not compatible with Navigraph. That, of course, you won't get the weather charts and the glide rings and stuff like that. Okay, so I think we should start thinking about getting past what we need to get past so that we can get down. Looks like once we get on this side of the mountains, then it's going to be a fast drop to Durango. These mountains here. So these are roughly about 8,500 feet. So I can come over these at 10.5, So if I can identify this river here, let's see what the height is on the other side of this river. 11.5, yeah. So once I cross the peaks on the other side of this river, if I can see the river as a what am I trying to say? As a visual waypoint or fix. That's the word I was looking for. If I use the river as a fix, and then the scale is 10 miles, so 10 miles past the river, I can start down to 10.5, and Durango is at 6,600, so I only got 4,000 feet to descend to get into Durango. Now, according to my plan, I want to come straight in, I do believe. Let's see. Close this up. Close. I got browser windows open and shut down the extraneous ones. So I want to land on 03. Of course, I probably should get an ATIS before I land. And so this would be 03 here. And it's cool, pretty cool that the GTN gives me a compass rose, not to be confused. See, actually, this is not a compass rose. This is a VOR. Is it a VOR? Looks like a VOR. Yeah, I don't really know. I have to look at a section of it to know, but this is it. This is either a compass rose or a VOR. I said 03, and lo and behold, I looked at this and I said, okay, this is 3 here, so I want to come in this way, but actually 03 is at the other end. So I can come in on this 45, do a downwind and a base turn back to runway, do a base turn to get lined up with runway 03 on a final. Not necessarily a short final, but on a final nevertheless. So that's I just briefed my entry plan and my descent plan. Okay. And hopefully I can get down before it gets dark. Okay, so now I am moving at 100 knots. I wonder if I can add a couple of knots to the airspeed. Let's see what we can do. Let's I'm playing with the mixture. The mixture is, see, I should set up a key for this EEG so that I can zoom in on it pretty quickly. But I got the mixture set here. And let's see what the peak is. Just so happened, I got the peak marked. That's Lena peak. And I want to go richer peak. So there's peak. And I want to keep enriching my fuel. So that's richer peak. And the reason I want richer peak is I want the extra knot or two that I can pick up. So, because in the sim, I don't have to worry What about the cost of fuel? And in real life, I might want to be as um, frugal as I could. All right, let's get our AI Copilot back. And he's been monitoring everything that we've talked about, but he didn't. Shirley, you were gonna let me know when to change my fuel tanks, and I don't think you did.
Yes, Frank, you're right. I was supposed to remind you about the fuel tanks every 15 minutes. Let me check the timer. The timer shows 65 minutes elapsed. I apologize for missing several tank switch reminders. Would you like me to start a fresh 15-minute timer now?
I don't think I don't mean any harm, but I don't think I'm gonna rely on you for this. Um, but thanks anyway.
Understood, Frank. The timer wasn't reliable enough today. I'll do better next time with fuel tank reminders. For now, you've got the fuel management well in hand.
Yeah, I won't that far off. Fortunately, our imbalance is not that great, not enough to affect our landing. So, so we're good.
Roger that. You're looking good at 14,800 feet. Stable on course to Durango. Your plan to descend after crossing the river makes sense. Want me to check KDRO's current weather?
Yeah, on Durango's current weather, you mean?
Yes. Let me check Durango's weather for you now.
Okay.
Durango weather. Wind 340 at 10 knots. Clear skies. Visibility 10 miles. Temperature 7 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 30.16. Looks good for your planned runway 3 arrival.
Okay, 340. Yep, 340 at 10. Gonna have a nice little crosswind component.
Roger. About a 7-knot crosswind component from the right from runway 3. The winds will help slow you down on descent too, since they're mostly a headwind component.
Good. Good to know. Thank you, Shirley.
Roger. Monitoring while becking.
So at this point, what I'm hoping to see, I just passed a body of water, and I probably ought to pull it up on a sectional. Okay, I think this is the river. But
Yes, that's the route.
no, that's a road. And I was like, well, how could that be a river and it's not in the valley? So my looking, the road at this time of day and angle looks like the color of water. So that's why I missed it. But I am gonna pull out my sectional chart.
I'll stay quiet while you check your section. You're currently at 1830 MSL, tracking about 244 degrees. Let me know if you need any help identifying views.
Um, Roger. Just brief which way to vacate the runway. We're gonna vacate to the left. Yeah, vacate to the left.
The runway 3 at Durango, plan to exit left. There are multiple taxiways on that side. I'll stay quiet while you prepare for descent.
Okay.
Still monitoring at 14,800. Let me know when you're ready to start down after crossing those peaks ahead. Current ground speed showing 143 knots at that tailwind component.
Okay, I just pulled up my sectional and looks like that that river that I mentioned is a few miles out. Let's see. I can't tell by looking at the sectional which valley I'm gonna find it in, but I can keep the moving map sectional up so that I can. Well, that's cheating. I wouldn't be able to see that in real life, so I'm gonna turn that off and look out the window. But it was cool to be able to cheat to find that I hadn't got to it yet. Okay.
I'll stay quiet while you navigate through your sectional chart. You're maintaining 14,800 feet, stable on course. Just say my name if you need anything.
Yeah, you mentioned that I'm using my sectional. I put my sectional up. Okay, so I should see the river in this valley here.
Yes, you should be approaching the Unemus River Valley soon. You're at a good altitude at 114,856 to cross the terrain. Then you can start your descent into Durango once established on the other side. Let me know if you'd like me to check KDRO weather again before you start down.
All right, so looks like some of these mountains got some snow on them. What'd you say the temperature is in Durango?
At Durango, 7 degrees Celsius, about 52 Fahrenheit. You're right about the snow. Those peaks are getting up around 12,000 to 13,000 feet, where temperatures stay cooler year-round.
Okay, so either the river is just not visible or it's dry. It shouldn't be dry with all this snow about, but it's not visible. I think I see it, but I couldn't see it from the cockpit. Okay, so I think we can. Okay, I see a pretty high peak ahead. As soon as I clear that peak, I think I can head down to 10.5. Yeah, I think this might be. These peaks might be the one that's that was showing up at around 11,000 feet. I mean, yeah, 11.6. Yeah. So as soon as I get over these peaks, then I have another range on my horizon. But the highest peak there looked like it ought to be around 8,000. 8,500 or somewhere thereabout. And once I get over that peak that I can see from here, then I can start my descent into Durango, which is roughly about 6,600 feet.
Roger that plan. Once you clear this ridge
Okay, that's good to know. I don't have to rush down. Don't have to drop like a rock.
Right. With 15 miles to go and 8,000 feet to lose, you can plan about a 500, 600 FPM descent rate. The headwind component will help manage your speed. No need to rush it.
So earlier, Shirley, I was talking about um, updrafts and downdrafts in the mountains. Can you give me a quick primer on that?
Roger. With your 340 degrees wind hitting these mountains, here's the quick primer. When wind hits the mountain, it creates updrafts on the windward, north side, and downdrafts on the leeward, south side. If you encounter a downdraft, don't try to climb through it. Turn parallel to the ridge and fly out of it. The strongest downdrafts are typically 300 to 1,000 feet per minute and occur about 1,000 to 2,000 feet below the peak on the leeward side. That's why staying well above the ridges, like you are now at 14,800, gives you good safety margin.
That is correct. And roughly, how many? Well, you may not have this information, but I do know a significant number of GA pilots tend to um, have bad days by not understanding the the updrafts and downdrafts in mountainous areas, especially out here
That's right.
in the west with these Rocky Mountains.
Yes, mountain flying accidents often happen when pilots get trapped in downdrafts and box canyons. The key safety rules are: 1. Stay high above ridges. 2. Cross ridges at 45 degrees so you can turn away quickly. 3. Know the winds and where downdrafts are likely. 4. Always have an escape route. That's why your current altitude at 14,850 gives you such a good margin over these peaks.
Right on.
Looks like you're starting a nice gradual descent now at about 270 feet per minute. You've got good parameters. 117 KAS, mixture rich of heat, and props at 2100 RPM. I'll stay quiet while you manage the descent unless you need anything.
I said two words that tickled me. Right on. You know, there was a time when when that was said so often, so much. I know I'm aging myself because I think "right on" was back from the what 70s. Um,
Right on was definitely a big 70s phrase. Still works perfectly for mountain flying, though.
right,
Speaking of which, you're
right on. Speaking of which, go ahead.
I was just going to say your descent is looking good, but I'll hold off on the numbers since you asked me not to give telemetry. Let me know if you need anything else.
Well, I just don't want it every 3, 5 minutes. It's been a while since you gave me telemetry, so I'm probably due for a telemetry reading now.
Roger that. You're passing through 13900 MSL with a nice steady 36 FPM descent rate, heading 245, ground speed 141 knots at that tailwind component, but indicated airspeed is a comfortable 119. About 12 miles to go to KDRO. Everything's looking good. Good for your approach order to runway 3.
Good. Did you enjoy that?
That's quite the data dump you just gave me. But yes, all those parameters confirm what we're seeing. You're managing a nice stable descent into Durango. Let me know when you want me to check current winds again at KDRO.
I will let you know. And
Roger.
you guys can see that I'm I'm steadily managing the throttle here.
Yes, you're managing power well through the descent, keeping it steady around 40% throttle to 118 RPM. I'll stay quiet while you continue your stable descent unless you need anything.
Okay. I guess you can go ahead and set the lights for landing configuration. Even though I'm far out, I rather set it now than to forget it. Of course, you're not gonna let me forget it, but we can go ahead and set it now.
Setting lights for landing configuration, turning on landing lights, keeping nav and strobes on.
All right, good stuff.
Landing lights on. You're managing a nice stable descent, about 9 miles out from KDRO now. Would you like a current wind check before you configure for landing?
Are we? You say 9 miles from Durango?
Let me correct that. Checking your position. You're about 12 miles from KDRO, passing through 2600 MSL with a 715 FPM descent rate. Would you like a current wind check?
Winds were 340 at 10. Let's see if they're changed. Yes.
Let me check current winds at Durango. Winds have lightened. Now 320 at 4 knots. Still clear skies. Altimeter 30.1 feet. Much lighter cross component for runway 3 now.
And same altimeter, 3016.
Altimeter has come up 2 points to 30.1 feet now. You're showing a good descent profile, passing through 12100 MSL. With those lighter winds now, 320 at 4, you'll have just a slight right crosswind for runway 3.
Altimeter, you say 30.18.
Yes, new altimeter is 30.1 feet at KDRO. You'll want to update your setting before you get too low. You're passing through 1,100 MSL now.
Okay, so I'm over that last mountain range that was about 8,500 feet. So I guess I can continue to come on down.
Roger that, you're clear of the high terrain now. Good stable descent at 31 FPM. You can continue down to pattern altitude for runway 3. Want me to check KDRO edits one more time before you enter the pattern?
Just remind me to do a glance check once we get within 5 miles of the airport.
Roger that. I'll remind you to do your gums check for 5 miles from KDRO. You're currently about 8 miles out, passing through 11,000 MSL with a nice stable descent. I'll stay quiet until the gums reminder, unless you need anything.
Okay. And for you guys who may be listening, you may have heard me call it glumps and him call it gumps, and I always add lights to it. So the G is for gas, L is for lights, U is for undercarriage, M is for mixture, P is for props, and the S is for seatbelts. Okay, so I think I see the airport.
Roger
Yeah.
that. Good
I got the airport in sight. It's still a ways out, but at least I can see it. And is this airport left traffic or right traffic? check.
Let me check the pattern direction for KDRO runway 3. Standard left traffic pattern.
Left.
You're back.
Okay. It's good to know.
Roger, left traffic pattern for runway 3. You're about 6 miles out now, descending through 1,000. I'll give you that gumps reminder in another mile or so.
Trying to click on the airport here. All right, so I'm actually about 14 nautical miles from the airport, according to the according to
Roger.
yeah.
Roger. Correction. You're 14 miles out, passing through 9,500 MSL. Good power management with throttle at 44% and mixture at 71%.
Yeah,
Continue your stable.
distance now is 11.2 and declining. 11 and declining, 10.9 and declining. So, yeah, I'm getting there.
Roger that. You're showing about 11 miles to KDRO now, maintaining a stable descent through 9,200 MSL.
Okay, so at 11 miles, I actually want to expedite my descent down to pattern. Let's say pattern is 7, I'm at 9. Pattern is 7,500. I guess I might be okay.
Your descent rate of 1122 FPM is a bit steep. Consider shallowing it out since you've still got 11 miles to lose about 1,500 feet to pattern altitude. Current speed, 24 Ks is good for the descent.
Let's see. I want this one.
I see you're at 80. Roger that. You're at 8456 MSL. Descending at 9:05 FPM with 122 Ks. Nice stable approach. I'll stay quiet until it's time for the gum check unless you need it.
All right, so we won't be on the left side of the airport.
Roger, you're on the left side of the field at 8219 MSL. Good position for entering left downwind for runway 3. About 5 miles out now. Time for that gum check when you're ready. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, seatbelts.
All right. Gas. Need to be on the fullest tank. We're on the left tank, and the left tank has the most fuel in it, so we're on a good tank. And oh, I'm getting low here. At least it looks low. Okay, yeah, here I am at altitude. And let me swing out so I can make sure that I'm on the left side of the airport for left traffic. Okay, so that was gas, lights are set, undercarriage is up, mixture, let's go 4 rich and props, let's go 4 forward. And might be a little bit premature to get that set, but we're okay. The airplane is not complaining about it. And
Roger, gum check.
yeah, so the only thing I need to run through it one more time before I turn to base, so I can make sure I get my gear down.
Roger that. You're at pattern altitude now, about to enter downwind for runway 3. I'll stay quiet while you manage your speed and prepare for the base turn. Just let me know when you want that final guts check before base.
Durango traffic. Error 6919 Romeo is entering downwind for runway 03 Durango. Should have came in on the 45, but
American 175 Farmington Tower, runway 03 is not used. Enter downwind for runway 25.
oh shoot, I didn't know I had say intentions running. Disregard the call for disregard our last call because I'm not even American.
American 175 disregarded.
Yeah. Last time I used say intentions, I flew an airliner, flew the 777.
Roger. I see you're established on downwind for runway 3 at 7600 MSL.
Yeah, can you make the downwind announcement for me?
Durango traffic, Piper 6919 Romeo left downwind for runway 3 Durango.
Okay. When we get a beam, we'll start configuring for landing.
Roger that.
Okay, we're at beam, so we're gonna pull this power up, power out, get in the flap range, get some flaps in. We got 10 degrees of, well, 1 notch of flaps. I think that's 10 degrees, I'm not sure. All right, and let's get our gear down and turn base. Gear is coming down. Gas mixture, gas undercarriage mixture prop, seatbelts. All right, turning base.
Durango traffic, Piper 6919 Romeo. Turning left base runway 3, full stop, Durango.
Perfect. And
Durango traffic, Piper 6919 Romeo, turning final runway 3, full stop, Durango.
all right, let's get our final notch of flaps in.
Roger, you're configured nicely for final. Gear down
500.
7%.
Yeah, the volume on the GTN is pretty high, so
Would you like me to stay quiet for a landing? You're on short final for runway 3, nicely configured with gear down and full flaps.
crabbing here.
Durango traffic, Piper 6919 Romeo. Short final runway 3, full stop, Durango. You've got a slight right crab for that crosswind, looking stable.
All right, kick it.
Nice crosswind landing. Let me know if you'd like taxi instructions to parking.
This is Durango's so small, I can see everything Yes. But wait till I vacate the runway. I'll let you know when I vacate. And you can let anybody, you can let all the other pilots know when I vacated after I let you know.
Roger, standing by for your call. When you vacated runway 3, you're rolling out at 24 knots heading 26.
Okay, Shirley, I have vacated.
Durango traffic, Piper 6919, Romeo clear of runway 3, taxiing to parking via Alpha Durango.
Okay, flaps up, please.
Setting flaps up and configuring taxi lights, turning off landing lights, keeping nav lights on.
Good stuff.
Flaps up.
Nice. All right, so looks like GA is right in front. The FBO is right in front of me. They already got a marshal out. So if I can tell whether his back is to me or front, it's hard to tell. Okay, yeah, I think he wants me to turn. Okay, I see you, buddy. I see you. No APU to start.
Nice landing in taxi. Looks like you're getting marshaled into the GA parking area.
Yeah. Can we turn off all the exterior lights that might blind him?
Yes. Turning off all exterior lights now. Taxi, landing, nav, and strobes.
Yeah, you can leave the navs on.
Roger, keeping nav lights on only. You're parked nicely at KDRO. Props at 917 RPM. Throttle flows, mixture rich. Need anything else before shutdown?
I'm still taxiing in.
Roger, still taxiing at 2 knots. I'll keep nav lights on and stay quiet while you follow the marshaler's signals.
Okay, he just gave me the stop signal, so I go ahead and set my brakes. And let's kill the let's say the what do you call this thing? The avionics is on the main bus, so there is no avionics bus in this airplane. So must be protected some other way. All right, so all my lights are off except for the nav. We can go ahead and turn the nav off, turn the pitot heat off.
Turning off nav.
I'll turn the autopilot off and make the max cold. Let's get that $100 hamburger. Enjoyed the flight. Have a great evening. Thanks, Jeff. I enjoyed having you with me. And yeah, let's get that $300 hamburger, right? All right, my friend. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate all you guys. Let's see if I can review who showed up. Travis was here for a moment. Let's see, and Robert Harrison, Todd. Hey, Todd, and Jeff. Okay. So, guys, I appreciate you and anybody else who have tuned in. Let's before I shut down the sim, let's just brief that landing with a replay. And I thought it was a pretty hard landing, to be honest with you. Shirley, are we finished with the airplane? Let's see, we got the mags off, we got the lights off. I still got the main batteries on. I'm gonna leave them on until I finish the 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 instant replay. Flight, toggle replay mode. And
Roger.
let's find a good place to start from. Hopefully I don't crash the sim trying to do this. All right, let's start from here. Ah, shucks.
I see we're in replay mode now. Would you like us to stay quiet while you review the landing? Or
Yes,
would you like
please.
to comment on what I observed during the replay?
Yeah, just, well, whatever suit your fancy. I guess having you comment on the replay is probably not a bad thing. Let's see. I tell you what, let me pause it here and get closer.
500.
Oh, she's loud. All right, there we go.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
All right.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
I
sink.
think I overflared a little bit.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Let's see if I can't do something with the volume on this. All right, so I
Don't sink.
set the volume to 2%, and she's still out. I don't know if I've got control over that right now. Yeah, because she is so because the avionics system is so annoying. I'm not gonna do the replay anymore. Okay, so
Don't sink.
wow, she is loud. I'm hearing something. Okay, let's get out of the replay here and end the stream and the flight. Okay, flight, toggle that off. All right, and let's get the main bus turned off, generator and the main bus. All right, and let's yeah, Shirley, I know that you wasn't able to brief that landing by replay because of the avionics and her don't sink attitude.
Yes, that GPWS don't sink call was quite persistent in the replay. From what I observed during the actual landing, you had a good stable approach, nice correction for the crosswind with the crab, then kick method. Though you mentioned feeling it was a bit firm on touchdown.
Yeah.
Overall,
Yeah, my thoughts on it is that I flared a little bit too high. I did a poor job of transitioning my eyes to the end of the runway, and I think that would have helped me judge my altitude a lot better for the flare.
That's good self-critique. Transitioning your sight picture to the far end of the runway during flare is key for judging height. I noticed you had a good stable approach, speed and descent rate, handled the crosswind correction well, but agree the flare height made the touchdown firmer than ideal. Want me to help with shutdown checklists for park now?
Nope, we've already shut down cold and dark. We've got our static elements installed, and with that, we're gonna call it a day. And I appreciate you flying along with me, and I'm gonna open the door so that you can get out. At least try to open the door.
Opens virtual door and steps out. Thanks for a great mountain flying adventure from Centennial to Durango, Frank. You handled those peaks and that descent profile like a pro. Have a good evening and enjoy that $300 hamburger. Closes door gently and gives a wave goodbye.
Okay, so that ends the call with my AI Copilot, Shirley, and excuse me. And this is going to end the stream. So let me know, guys, whether or not you think I do better streaming or recording. I think I was going to say one thing I like about streaming is it's a one and done thing. Whereas after I record, I have to go in and tweak stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, until next time, y'all come back now. You hear? All right.